Hello, everyone. I'm sorry, that was a little loud. The time is 6:31, and we're going to go ahead and call the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order. So at this time, I'd like to take roll call and excused absences. So we have I believe that Mr. Thompson, did he? I did not see anything. No, it's not informed that he did anything. Okay, and he is usually running about 5 minutes late or so, so we'll go ahead and wait for him. Do you want me to hold off on calling? He just pulled in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and call for excused absences for Mr. Hines, Ms. Hubbard, and Ms. Greaves.
I make a motion to excuse Ms. Hubbard, Mr. Hines, and Ms. Grieve.
Oh, and Ms. Weimer, I'm sorry. Ms. Weimer. And we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second to excuse the absences for Ms. Weimer, Mr. Hines, Ms. Hubbard, and Ms. Greaves. Next, we're going to move to the...
All in favor?
I'm sorry, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passed. We are going to move to the invocation and the moment of silence. Ms. Fishback is going to go ahead and lead us at this time.
Lord in heaven, we come before you offering our thanks for bringing us together. As we prepare for this meeting, we ask that you would be with us. May our thoughts be led by you and our conversations be inspired by you. Help us to put our own agendas aside and seek your will and outcome for this meeting. Please grant us wisdom in times of uncertainty and clarity in times of confusion. Lead us to solutions and help us strengthen as a group. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Now for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so did we have any citizens to be heard? But I go ahead and read it, correct? Okay, so since we don't have any citizens to be heard, we're going to go ahead and move on to number 6, our consent agenda. All items listed below are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the Commission and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussions on these items unless a Commission member requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda. We're going to go ahead and move on to 6A, approval of the minutes from April 9, 2025 meeting. Have the Commissioners had time to go ahead and review that? Yes. Is there anyone who has any questions or comments on anything for that agenda?
No.
Okay, so can I go ahead and get a motion to approve the consent agenda for April 9, 2025?
I make a motion for approval of the minutes from the April 9, 2025 meeting.
We have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. If I can go ahead. Ms. Dodd?
Aye.
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 The minutes for the April 9, 2025 meeting have been approved. Okay, so we're going to move on to the discussion action items. 7A is the discussion action regarding the preliminary plat of Schlather Ranch subdivision.
Good evening, Commissioners. Regarding the preliminary plat for Schlather Ranch subdivision, the owner is Shad Schmid. The representative is Paul Landa. It covers 115.501 acres. It's located east of the intersection of Town Creek Road and Weidner Road, south of Green Valley Road. It's within Council District 3. It is zoned low-density single-family residential, or SF2. The proposed use is 116 residential lots, 14 open space sewer drainage lots, 1 sanitary sewer lot, and 1 street dedication lot. The utility providers are City of Cibolo with sewer and water, and the electricity is provided by Guadalupe Valley Electric Cooperative. The preliminary plat encompasses a total of 116 residential lots that will be developed within the Schlather Ranch subdivision. This proposed preliminary plat establishes 14 variable open space drainage lots designated as Lot 900 to 901 in Block 1, 900 to 909 in Block 2, and Lot 900 in Block 3. This will serve as the necessary drainage lots for this subdivision. 2 acres have been called out to save and accept for the existing home, which will be accessible via a cross-access easement. The streets and future thoroughfare plan. This plat establishes approximately 8,497 linear feet of roadway, including proposed streets, Ernst Ranch, Sylvia Vista, Elizabeth Garden, and August Heights. All the proposed streets will be private and maintained by the HOA. A TIA was submitted and is currently under review with the preliminary plat. Utilities. Sewer and water are provided by the City of Cibolo. Guadalupe Valley Electric Cooperative, GVEC, will provide electric to the development. The utilities to serve the Schlather Ranch subdivision are under review and proposed to be constructed with that development. For drainage, drainage is in review as of May 2025. The master utility plan was submitted with the preliminary plat. Compliance with the approved utility plan is currently under review as part of the review of this plat. Lot 900, which is designated as an open space drainage easement lot, lies within the FEMA floodplain. Drainage easements are maintained by Schlather Homeowners Association, their successors, and assigned. For parkland, there will be a total of 9.24 acres of parkland dedicated in the Schlather Ranch development. The UDC allows for up to 60% to be located within the floodplain or floodway. However, 34.26 acres of the proposed parkland is within the floodplain. The applicant is coordinating with the staff on the development of trails within the subdivision, which would connect to the city's existing parks and trails network. For the staff recommendation, staff and the city engineer reviewed the plat and associated documents. Per the attached memo, there are several comments pending, and some of these comments are as follows. An approved floodplain permit must be acquired. Analyzing intersections for clear vision easements. All resident lots abutting the floodplain shall indicate the finished floor elevation, and confirming the acreage and ownership information shown. Therefore, at this time, staff recommends denial of the preliminary plat. And staff is here if there are any questions.
Thank you. Commissioners, does anybody have any questions for staff? Ms. Dodd, we'll start with you. Right. Mr. Sharp.
No questions.
Ms. Fishback.
Just confirming that as of right now, none of the comments have been addressed and they're still pending, is that right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Thompson.
I just want to commend the staff on the layout of how perfect. This is perfect. Thank you on how they have what they're supporting.
I know, I like that.
Oh, man, I got excited.
Yes, thank you. All right, so since we do not have any questions, does anyone want to go ahead and make a motion?
I make a motion to deny this preliminary plat pending comments.
We have a motion to deny the preliminary plat. Does anyone have a second? Second. We have a motion and a second. So let's go ahead and take a vote. Ms. Dodd?
Aye.
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 Thank you. So we have a motion. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to 7B. 7B is our discussion action regarding the replat of Turning Stone Unit C10.
Good evening. This is the replat for Turning Stone Unit C10. It is located at the northwest corner of FM 1103 and Green Valley Road. The owner is NWC FM 1103/Green Valley Retail Ltd. It is represented by Courtney Just with Quiddity Engineering. The area is approximately 2.247 acres, located in Council Place 3. It is currently zoned retail office C3, and the proposed use is 3 commercial lots. The Turning Stone Unit C10 commercial subdivision plat was approved and recorded in 2016. The plat establishes 3 commercial lots, Lot 38, Block 3, the subject property, and Lots 1 and 2, Block 7, across Green Valley Road. I guess for added
Third.
just idea of where this is, it's where the Saladin Go used to be. This is
Salad
the
to Go.
lot where the Saladin Go.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So the proposed, the purpose of this replat is to divide Lot 38 into 3 separate lots, and this is just to follow the current lease boundaries of the existing development. So right-of-way dedication was not required with the, was not required as the original plat was found to have adequate right-of-way width, and a critical access easement will ensure that the newly created middle lot 40R has access to driveways on both lot 39R along FM 1103 and lot 41R, which is along Green Valley Road. This property is served by the City of Cibolo Sanitary Sewer and Green Valley Water District, or Special Utility District for water and electric as provided by GVEC. A drainage plan was approved for review. A note on the plat was included to show the temporary drainage easement and swale on lot 40R, which conveys water to the detention pond in the Mesa Western subdivision. The swale will be maintained by the property owner until, quote, a development permit containing adequate drainage improvements, unquote, is approved by the city. And parkland dedication is not required with this commercial development. So, staff and the city engineer have reviewed the documents and found that they are in compliance with the city's UDC and section 212 of the municipal regulation of subdivisions. Therefore, staff is recommending approval of this plat. If you have any questions, staff and the applicant are here to assist.
Thank you. So staff, does anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and start with Ms. Dodd.
No questions.
Okay, now Mr. Sharp.
Okay. For the traffic patterns there, we know it's a really congested area. Saladin Go shut down pretty quickly there. So are we predicting any kind of traffic lights? Has there been a traffic study for that area? Because that's a super busy area. We've got construction probably for the next 3 years going on there. I just hate to see a business fail again if they get approved and, you know, no lights to support commercial traffic.
Yes, so a TIA was submitted with this application, and I believe it was approved. I think there are already lights in place at this intersection.
Yes.
So there's a light right there on 1103 in Green Valley.
On Green Valley.
But they keep swapping where the next light's gonna be, right? Because I live in Turning Stone, so I know it's been proposed to Turning Stone, and then Foxbrook wants it. I guess, do we have anything concrete other than the one light that's currently there? There's nothing else that's being proposed?
Not to our knowledge. So from a planning perspective, we only get involved from the TIA perspective. So any new development, but in terms of any lights, I think that would be more of a public works question. We can definitely reach out and see if they might have any ideas on that. But we can definitely circle back with you on that.
Yeah, I just think we gotta look at what happened to Saladin Go and kind of see why in 4 months that company went down. And I think a lot of it was just the construction, the traffic, there was no easy access to that area. And I'm pretty concerned that would probably happen again. So any kind of information from that that's gonna be helpful for sure.
Are you done?
One more question. No businesses have applied for anything like, I see the zoning was C3, right? Okay. And no businesses have, no one's tried to buy the lots or anything like that? Just we're zoning everything now? Okay.
Thank you. Ms. Fishback?
No comments.
No comments.
I have a question. Sorry. Am I supposed to ask if there's anyone here to speak on this? Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right, so the only comment that I do have kind of is going to piggyback off Mr. Sharp. They're just tearing up the streets in that area, and you said right now they're just proposing to it's not, something is not going in as of right now.
As for the traffic lights,
No, they're just wanting to replat it, but there's not something that's scheduled to be
No,
coming up.
there's-
Because they shut that street down completely to one lane in that area, to where only one lane can move one way, and then they stop it, and then the other the other way can move. So I was just wondering if there's gonna be more construction going on anytime soon.
we haven't received anything. I guess, again, traffic impact analysis would also be required with any site plans that we do receive for new businesses that are going up. And then we can also work with future developers with the EDC to just make sure that we can do what we can to increase visibility on
Okay,
site.
so right now it's just a replat.
Yes, it's just a
Okay.
replat.
All right, so commissioners, if there's no other comments, does anybody want to go ahead and make a motion?
Yes. I would like to make a motion on discussion, action regarding replat of Turning Stone Unit C10, based off of staff recommendations of approval of this replat.
Okay, so we have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, so we have a motion and we have a second. Let's go ahead and take a vote. Ms. Dodd? Aye.
I have a question. So if we approve this, we still can get that traffic study done, right? Or some kind of study done for
It's a
that,
replat.
the lightings, right?
The traffic study was already done with.
Or not the traffic study, but
Excuse me.
Yeah, because we're in a motion. You can vote nay if you want to.
nay.
Aye.
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 Okay, so we have nay is Mr. Sharp, and we have 3 ayes. Yeah, it's just, oh, 4, I'm sorry, 4 yeas, and 1 nay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to 7C, a discussion action regarding the appointment of 1 P&Z member to serve on the Capital Improvements Advisory Committee for a 3-year term.
Good evening, Commissioners. So I think this is maybe the third time this item has came before you all. So yeah, council is still in need of one P&Z member to be appointed to the kayak committee. So this is the Capital Improvement Advisory Committee. They are responsible for helping the city to set up the impact fees. So that's water, wastewater, drainage, roadways. Obviously, the impact fees are fees that are assessed at the building permit stage. So those types of fees, whenever we're looking at roads, water, wastewater, all that good stuff, it's not going to be as accessible south of FM 78, right? But north of FM 78, it's a lot more availability. So the impact fees would vary in that regard. So you would have hands-on input with that. With our consultants, Freeze and Nichols, they will do an educational process to take you through step by step on how to make those informed decisions as a body. And I think that's all that I have to say about this. If you all don't have somebody to recommend, or somebody does not want to serve for this position, it's completely fine. we'll just relay the message to council that we don't have someone from P&Z. It's not a state mandate to have someone from P&Z. The state mandate kicks in whenever you need somebody for a real estate developer, builder within that community. So it's not necessarily a requirement to have somebody from P&Z. It's just, just wanting to have that. So I'll leave the floor to you all to make that discussion or action if anybody wants to accept the job.
And real quick, do we know yet, I know we were wanting to know if there was a specific day that we were going to be meeting or how often, is it monthly? Has that been pinpointed yet as far as?
I don't believe there's an exact day, but as quick as it came for it, I'm sure you can look at the calendar and kind of figure the days it won't be.
Yeah.
Council with P&Z and EDC and such, but I don't think she's actually established a set date, and it may not be set until they kind of get more feedback with whoever.
And we still don't know yet if it's going to be every month or quarterly or?
Probably every month.
I would expect that as well.
Paperwork says every month. I don't know if
Oh,
that's
it does say
firm,
every month? I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
see that.
but it didn't say what day or
Yeah,
anything.
I
It just said
actually
monthly.
looked it over and completely missed it.
It's gonna be monthly.
Okay,
It's been a while since we've had this meeting, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be about.
Yeah.
okay. So commissioners, does
Do we know
any-
how close they are to that 40% of the real estate personnel that they want on it?
Do you know the makeup of the board?
I don't have the list
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Is there anybody that would like to volunteer at this time? Mr. Sharp, anybody?
I got an application for the UEC today, so I'm already gonna be on that one. So that's 2 boards for me right now.
Ms. Dodd?
I already have two. Welcome to my
Mr.
world.
Spratt?
I don't know that I have the bandwidth for another item on my schedule, I'm sorry.
Mr. Thompson? Go ahead,
He's so
Mr. Spratt.
polite.
So I have a question. So is the board already established? Are they just waiting on one P&Z member? Is that, or not?
No, I'm sorry, it's been a while since we
Yeah,
had
it's okay.
appointments. I can't remember off the top of my head. I can have that emailed to you if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm just curious because if it's one, if it's a P&Z member that's holding it up, then
Is-
I'll consider it, right? But if you still have a ways to establish the board, can we just go another month then and see when we have a full dais and see if, maybe Ms. Hubbard or, right, or,
Mr.
I know Ms.
Hines.
Grieve,
Grieve.
Mrs. Grievous, we had spoke about it, and she is considering it, and she had asked you some specific questions, if it would be
I
okay
think-
for her to do that.
Her
husband.
husband is on there,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we had
I
asked
mean,
if
not that
there was a
she can't be
conflict.
on it.
So is there a conflict?
No,
Okay.
there shouldn't be a conflict.
So
No,
I
I'm not
think
saying that
she is
excludes her from-
interested in taking this position. So if there's any way that we could go ahead and table it till she comes back?
Yeah, that'd
To
be
see if she's still interested?
For sure.
Okay. All right then, so for 7C, I just put that we're going to table it till the next meeting? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and table this, 7C, the discussion for the appointment of one P&Z member to serve on the Capital Improvements Advisory Committee for a 3-year term and for the next meeting.
You can make the motion.
Okay, thank you. Can I get a motion to go ahead and table this till the next meeting?
Yes. I would like to make a motion on discussion, item 7C, regarding the appointment of one P&Z member to serve on the Capital Improvement Advisory Committee, CIAC, for a 3-year term.
I have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Can I get the vote, Ms. Dahl?
Aye.
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 Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're going to move on to 7D. Discussion, presentation regarding subdivision plat approval deadlines, the shot clock, in Chapter 212 of the Texas Local Government Code.
So this item is brought before you to circle back on a request made by Commissioner Hines. It's up to you all if you all want to save this for whenever he's on the board so that he's also hearing this, or
Yeah.
if you want me to go through it, I can.
So commissioners, do you want to go ahead and save it since he was the one who was requesting it?
I think we should table it.
Does
He
everybody
had the
agree?
interest.
Do we want to go ahead and make a motion to go ahead and table this for 30 days?
I make a motion to table action item 7D, discussion presentation regarding subdivision plat approval deadline shot clock in Chapter 212 of the Texas Local Government Code.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Ms. Dodd?
Aye.
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 Thank you. So now we're moving on to 7E, discussion presentation regarding the status of the Unified Development Code UDC rewrite.
Yes, so this item is before you all to kind of preface the joint workshop that is scheduled for May 28th with City Council, members of the Planning Commission, as well as the Board of Adjustment for the UDC rewrite. So we're looking at wanting to tee it off so that this background information, you all have it, and then as soon as that meeting starts, we can get straight to the activities. And so essentially, we're just wanting to get before you and try to close that feedback loop. The last time that our consultants were in town, this was back in March 25th and 26th. Ms. Fishback, you were there in attendance. Appreciate you for coming out, as well as Ms. Grieve, Mr. Hines, and Ms. Hubbard as well. And we got some really great feedback. So we had reached out to a subset within the community. So we're talking HOA representatives, business owners, developers, as well as building professionals, staff. We also had our own session, and you all had your session as well. So outside of you all, everybody else had 2 days, so both the 25th and the 26th, to come to us and provide any feedback that they had, as well as 2 different time slots. We gave them the same luxury, in person, virtual, and we got a good amount of feedback. So the feedback is within your packets. I won't necessarily go through each of that unless if you want me to, but I just wanted to bring that before you all to kind of close that feedback loop, because whenever that meeting starts, we're going to hit the ground running. So what we're looking at for the meeting is having essentially stations. It'll be here in this room in council chambers, having different stations, and they will be lined towards UDC themes. So those themes being land use, zoning, the approval processes. Ms. Garcia, we kind of talked about that with Ms. Grieve, right? With plats and how they are currently, you all are just a recommending body. They go to
Right.
council for approval within the Texas Local Government Code. It's almost kind of like a sliding scale. At the very far end, on this side, you can have administrative approval for all plats. And we've seen this in our sister cities like Schertz and Seguin. And at the very far end, this is where we're at in terms of everything needs to get approved by City Council. There's no in-between. So the in-between in other cities is Planning and Zoning Commission final plat approval authority. So that, as well as the other approval processes, we will be asking those types of questions to gauge what is the temperature of wanting to change to make the process a lot more efficient for everybody involved. So whether that's council and the late nights that they have to go, that's less items that they have to worry about, or you all. Same goes for you all. So those are the tough questions and the conversations that we want to have. I think everybody's going to be interested in wanting to hear what that may be, because I think we all kind of want the same thing. We know that this code is broken, very disjointed. You can tell at times that it's not having the same syntax. There's a lot of different meanings and situations going on where even staff is having a hard time. So it's going to benefit everybody from staff to you all to the public. So we're looking forward to having you all there. Obviously, if y'all have any questions before that meeting, please feel free to reach out. We're just trying to do as much as we can. We're going to also do the same presentation to City Council on May 27th, so the day before the meeting, just so that we can touch base with them as well.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have any questions for staff?
So who is all at this meeting that we're doing at the end of the month?
So this will be City Council, Planning and Zoning Commission, and Board of Adjustment. Yeah, you get hit 2 times because you're on
Thank you.
P&Z and BOA.
You can come in the door twice.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sharp, do you have any questions for staff?
No questions.
You've already sent the invitation, right? I thought I saw something.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I just want to make sure. Okay, thank you.
No questions, sir.
Okay, I don't think we have any questions. Thank you so much. And I think we're pretty much all going to be there, right? Yes. Okay. So, well, Ms. Fishback will be, Ms. Dodd will be there twice. I'm doing what Jen does, okay? So, okay, so I don't think we have any questions, so do we have to adjourn this one? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to Section 8, UDC CIP Master Plan and Staff Updates. 8A, Staff Updates.
Yeah, so I feel like that kind of bled into this next item, just talking about UDC and all that good stuff. So in terms of site plans, not much has changed since your last meeting. We still have 504 File, Borgfeld Plaza, Olive Garden, as well as the Dorado Amenity Center. The administrative plats that have been recently approved are Cibolo Creek Center, 509 North Main Street, Cibolo Crossing Amenity Center, as well as the Cibolo Crossing Commercial Phase 2 and Phase 1 with those amending plats. And then currently in review is 504 File Road with a minor plat. You all had just approved the replat for Turning Stone C10 and denied or recommend denial for the Schlatter Ranch preliminary plat. Since your last meeting, update on Steel Creek land study, so that was approved at the April 8th City Council meeting. They had went before council, they had halted their application because they wanted to have their public improvement agreement to be considered at the same time as their land study. So that was approved. That land study will actually be, as well as the PIA, be very tantamount. They are dedicating approximately 50 acres to the city to help with the north-south connector. So that road is proposed to be from FM 1103, crossing over the train tracks and connecting at Hagerville Road in the future. So that will be a major connector in the future. Venado Crossing Unit 6, that was recommended for denial by you all at your April meeting. That was denied by City Council on April 22nd. Saddle Creek Unit 9B recommended for denial. They had addressed all the comments that were outstanding at that time, and so we recommended approval, which it did get approved at City Council's April 22nd meeting. Grace Valley Ranch Phase 4A, they did not address all of the comments at the time whenever it reached City Council. They requested an extension. They have since addressed all those comments, so they will be going to the next City Council meeting for approval. And you all had seen at the previous meeting, we had that UDC amendment that's been postponed. The idea is to also have that discussion in terms of bonds and preliminary final acceptance also at this May 28th meeting. So that will be at one of those stations as well to try to get your feedback as well as councils and BOAs on that. And then we have your economic development report. So what's now open, we have Dutch Bros on Cibolo Valley Drive, Bentwick Oaks Medical Center on Cibolo Valley Drive. Downtown, we have East Coast Fades. On FM 1103, we have 9 Round. So those have been issued, and the CFOs have been issued, and businesses are open. And I think that's it for the most part with this report. There hasn't been too many changes since the last meeting. But if y'all have any questions, just let us know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's Salado. I thought it opened already.
I do have an update, I guess, from Peggy. She asked that you guys do your know before IT training. You should have received an email for it. She said currently 95% of the board has not done it. And
It's a know before training from IT. You should have gotten the email from IT to your P&Z.
So I did mine.
I started.
If you did it, then disregard.
Right, but normally you get something that says you completed the
A certificate?
training. So I sat through the 15-minute presentation. It says it was completed, but I never received anything, so I don't know if it was confirmed.
There's a dashboard as well that will tell you if you've completed the training or not. It's a similar, staff has to go through the same training, and there is typically a dashboard. So if you just open the know before module, it should say, oh, this training, and it's either completed or needs.
Okay, thank you.
And if you
yes.
have any other questions, just reach out to IT services and they can answer any questions on it.
Okay, thank you.
I need a staff
We're all
email
going to
still.
run home and do that immediately.
Yeah.
Most of those trainings are very short. They're
And
for
you
anywhere from 2 to 15 to 20 minutes.
And
most
you
of the
usually
time.
have until the end of the month to get it done. Yeah.
So in 2 weeks. I need an email still.
Still?
Yeah, I don't have
No, this one does not have 2 weeks left. This one needs to be done like immediately. This is one you guys should have gotten a while back, so. You, because you're newer, maybe it got missed to you, I don't know, but.
I have my personal email, but I'm not getting everything through there. I get the agendas, and that's about it. So I'll have to.
So you don't have a email P&Z email yet? Do you know when he?
Might have to just request from IT services if they can get you access to it.
I don't
Well,
know.
they'll have-
YouTube.
I'm sorry, you'll need to go see Peggy in person because then Terry from IT will handwrite you a password for
Oh,
you
okay.
to have, okay? Yeah, but you have to go in person.
Are there any other questions for staff?
I do just have one last update, not the least. I feel like one of the most important updates that we have is we have a new member, Valeria Seca. She is our subdivision and zoning administrator. She has a number of years of experience working with the county, as well as city level of experience working on subdivision and zoning, different applications and procedures. So we're happy to have her here. I think she's going to fit right in and hit the ground running. So yes, we're fully staffed finally, and we're happy about it.
Congratulations, welcome, welcome. So anything further for staff? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to items for future agendas. Item number 10.
That's usually for you guys.
Oh. Does anybody have anything they would like to add or to put in for future agenda?
The ones that we tabled, those will automatically come back.
Correct.
I don't have anything.
And if you think of anything between now and, you can always email planning and they can, you don't have to, if you don't state it tonight, it's not like you can't put it on.
I do want to see that traffic study for that turning stone, the replat. I just want to see what they came up with, because it's a really hot area right there. There's gonna be a lot of questions from the people that live there.
Yeah, we can follow up with you via email on that.
Yeah, just to see kind of what we're doing with the traffic lights, because it's been back and forth. There's been so many, like, I think they're gonna put one there at Turning Stone, who knows? If they do that, I think they'll be fine. So,
Ms. Fishback?
No comments, no questions?
Mr. Thompson?
No comments, no questions.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to item number 11, adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Do I get a second?
Second.
I have a motion and I have a second. We can get a vote, Ms. Dodd?
Aye.
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 So we have a motion and a second, and we are adjourning at 7:12.